Smoke and mirrors, guys. Welcome to the movie factory.
Ooh, so exciting, isn't it?
Trust me. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Ferocious, aren't I?
I'm trying to put Tiger Bomb on this jungle's nuts.
I want your eyes, Big!
Motherfucker.
You're not gonna die, you bitch.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Now you wanna get nuts? Come on! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
You're gonna see some serious shit.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. This is episode 91, and we've scoured the web to bring you the latest in streaming, film, and entertainment news. How's the vibes out there? Vibes good, vibes strong.
Very good.
Oh, we vibing.
Very good. How's this good? All right, let's kick it off with our streaming news. So, Showtime has greenlit this 4-part documentary series called Confirmed, right? So this series will document the history of the court, the justices, the decisions, and the confirmation battles that have shaped the United States from like everything that's kind of happened recently, the right to privacy, voting access, civil rights, and bodily autonomy. This one's timely. I think it's going to be fucking controversial, and it's going to add perspective to a lot of the shit that's kind of happened in the States, but it's also going to show the inner workings of that process. The showrunner was like people rely so much on the decisions that come from like this court, but they have no idea how it works. So this shit's just gonna like lay it all out, and hopefully it's transparent enough and not just show you, okay, these are the sort of battles and I heard that Roe v. Wade shit, right? Was I don't know if it was Roe, but at the end of her career or her time, flipped sides.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Yeah,
It's just
actually pro-abortion. Oh, sorry,
Wow.
against abortion.
it's just weird, man, because like they hold so much power, the Supreme Court. Like if they were to turn around and say, hey, we're gonna overturn that civil rights, the thing that we put through for the civil rights. You guys can be slaves again. Like if they were to do that, like well, who's stopping them from doing that? It's
That's
like
fucking wild.
yeah, when you think about it in those sort of terms, like there's nothing that they can't overturn now then, right? Like we don't want to take care of that. That should be taken care of by the states. Like it's just wild, man.
Yeah.
When you think about what they can do, they have too much power there, man. The Supreme Court has too much power. It's almost like they have more power than the president, which is wild.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. It's like they have this mini sort of UK sort of government, parliament sort of thing
Yeah.
that sits higher than the president of the country.
And the president then just has to deal with it, with the
Yeah.
decisions that they make.
Like it's
Yeah.
weird. God, that president they got over there is yeah.
I mean, he came out afterwards and was like, I mean, I don't know, like how every other state's doing it, and he was just talking about the inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Like some people will allow you to get an abortion through rape or incest, but other states won't.
No,
It's like Jesus.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Like he should really just step down and just say, "Look, this is how it is." But
Yeah.
then we get into dictator mode, right? We get into dictator mode and we can't stand that
Yeah.
because then you have a Fidel,
Yeah.
you have a Putin, you have a Kim Jong. Like that's where the disconnect is. So you want him to have enough power to be able to like sort of suggest these things, and then the people vote on them, right?
Yeah.
But if he's got too much power, then it's just dictator straight away. This is what we're doing, which is crazy. Like you can't be doing that.
It's true.
Yeah, it's just a weird line that you have to sort of tread with that sort of stuff.
I know. That shit scares me. Fucking scares me.
But that's what I mean. That's what democracy is, right? So we all have a say.
Yeah.
Always just makes me think of The Walking Dead in the end of that one season. This is not a democracy.
Yeah, that's what it'd be like. But that'd just mean that the people with the biggest guns would be in charge, right? Yeah.
Fuck. True. Crazy. What do you call it? So Tomas Alfredson. So following up from his adaptation of The Snowman, he's now doing a TV adaptation of the original film Faithless that was directed by Liv Ullmann back in 2000. So with this one, it follows, what's his damn name? A man named David. And he actually falls in love with his best friend's wife, Marianne. And they have this sort of like love triangle thing going on. And it just sounds fucking wild. But from the synopsis that they put down, it just says that it has very painful consequences for both families, which makes a lot of sense as well. I haven't watched Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, but I have watched Let the Right One In, and I do like that movie, but I haven't seen much from Alfredson at that point as well. I don't know if I'd watch this though. This shit makes my blood boil like a motherfucker every time I see this type of shit.
Oh yeah, big time. Big time.
Yeah, this sort of shit just proves that you were never in love with the partner that you're with anyway.
Yeah.
If you're able to fall in love with someone else so quickly, you were never in love with that part. You were there for other reasons. And you had kids. You had all this other bullshit going on. That's what it is.
Sometimes that relationship gets strained. Like I watched like marriage
Story.
scenes from a marriage, or even
Yeah.
Marriage Story.
Yeah.
How, like you just see the relationship get strained, and strange with each other,
Yeah.
and then they go off and do like really stupid thing. Like there's one O that does something drastic, and there's one O that's like, but why? You know what I mean?
Jesus.
But like this is right in my fucking wheelhouse. I love this sort of shit. Like I love the
Yeah.
drama behind it. Like Marriage Story, every fucking Monday, I was just like, "Is that Marriage Story?" Oh man, there was one episode that fucking had me reeling. I was just fucking seething. Go check out Marriage.
Last time anything like that happened to me was when I was reading Horns on the fucking train, and I thought that them two O's was having the affair, and O's was just sitting there. I messaged the big dog as well, and I was like, "Fuck, this book pisses me off."
Yeah, fuck. I was just throwing your iPad out the window.
Fuck out those train windows. Can you imagine trying to feed that fucking iPad through those shit fucking windows? Those would need to stand up and fucking rip that thing open and then still fucking.
Because you know you're angry, so you're putting it in the wrong way. Pause. Oh man. I remember watching fucking Jarhead and feeling that way. You know when they're watching The Jerk, and then you see like those wife with the neighbor. I was like, what the fuck?
But that's fine though. Because he's got proof now. You know what I mean? You can actually go to court and just be like, "No, I'm not paying you a fucking dime. I'm getting full custody because you can't be trusted, and I want to what's his face." You know, supposedly, the best way to get full custody of your kids is to insist on a what's his face, on a mental health check.
Jesus.
Yep. And supposedly, at that stage, most women can't, like, what's his face? Pass that mental health check. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. That's how you.
Holy shit.
That's how you essentially get full custody of your kids as a man. It's one of the few ways to actually do it. One of the only ways, to be honest. But yeah, that's enough of that.
I was just like researching my plan for attack. I just got that fucking relationship wallboard out.
Jesus. The fucking war table.
Badly. I got my counsel and everything. Giving Samuel a picture on the wall in the back. You know, I get down.
You know, the wartime consigliere.
Speaking of a fucking council, did you guys see that fucking video some cunt made for that scene where they show the Illuminati in Strange 2? You see
Professor
fucking
X?
yeah, you see Professor X come out, and then they put fucking grind rails around Strange. You see him fucking grind around it. I fucking died.
That's hilarious.
Oh fuck.
All right, so HBO Max. HBO Max has come through and said, nah, we had enough. Discovery, we've had enough. So they've decided to halt all development on like all their European shows and all that sort of stuff. They said, nah, we're not doing that anymore. So they just basically canceling all that stuff. Production, everything, all the rights and whatnot now is up in the air. So whoever, more than likely Netflix, because they're stupid like that, will snap. They are dumb like that, B. They end up buying all this stuff that nobody watches just to have content. It's like they're playing that fucking numbers game. No, but we have 15,000 hours of bloody content. And who's watching that content, B?
I only watched 6 of those hours.
Exactly. And it was all Stranger Things. Like, what yeah. So that all the licenses and whatnot are up for grabs. They're allowed those projects now are allowed to go to other platforms if they want to. But yeah, this is so weird.
Fuck.
It's weird that they do this. It'd be shit if like one of those like, you know, European projects was something done by like a Luc Besson or someone like that, and you know they were trying to get that off the ground. And,
Yeah.
yeah,
They do have a show, Gomorrah.
yeah. The Turkish one. Is it Turkish?
I thought it was Italian
It is Italian. Sorry,
because it's the mafia.
it is the mafia. Yeah,
Yeah. In Italy, which is different.
yeah.
I think that had like 2 seasons out. Maybe it's got a third on the way. And then
Yeah.
what? They're just going to cancel it?
Maybe, but I thought that Gamora was out like over here internationally as Netflix anyway. So I can see them buying that up anyway.
Dunno, Netflix will buy it for
Yeah.
sure. If it's successful, they'll buy it.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering what the Duffers are doing after Stranger Things, they're doing big things. So they've got like this 9-figure deal with Netflix to develop properties under their banner, the Upside Down Pictures or something. I don't fucking know, but it's like their production banner, right? So the first thing that they're kind of doing in Godfathering is a what the fuck Death Note live action series. So no connection to the Adam Wingard one that dropped with Nat Wolff, which had fucking Willem Dafoe fire in that role.
The best
so
thing
the
about that movie.
What's it?
He was the best thing about that movie.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that was sick. And then they're developing an adaptation of Stephen King's The Talisman. So the story follows like a young man who moves between New Hampshire and an alternate world called the Territories to obtain an artifact that will save his mother's life. Sounds like Dark Tower-ish.
I thought that those stories were set in that Dark Tower world.
They seem very similar.
Yeah.
It's
So you
always a
have-
kid or a guy that's like between worlds and shit.
Yeah, but you know how it's sort of where are they? I want to say Outworld, but it's not Outworld. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're in
Midworld.
Midworld. I think it's all set there. Those
Yeah, it
mid-
is.
Yeah.
So I was just looked it up. It takes place in the territories and neighbor to the Dark Towers Midworld.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
So maybe they can do this and then branch off into
Yeah.
Dark Tower, which would be cool.
Yeah.
I believe it's the only, like I feel that's the only way you can do that justice. Like that movie wasn't bad,
Yeah.
but to really get like deep on that shit, pause. It has to be it has to be a series, man.
Yeah. And with that movie, it was kind of coming in halfway, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Because it was showing it from the kid's perspective, but really that story starts like with Roland.
yeah. It's Roland and the Man in Black. Like
Yeah.
that starts with that. So Roland sort of. I think the Man in Black kills Roland's family or something like that, and then that's the trigger for him to go and do his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But this sounds like it's even further back.
yeah,
Like, and that'd be like, yeah, like you were saying, like a good entry point into just like creating a universe around, the
Yeah.
Dark Tower. Because wasn't a Dark Tower series supposed to come out?
yeah. Remember that the plan was the movie comes out, gets released by
Sony.
Sony, but then they were going to release on HBO Go. Remember?
Yeah.
Like that's when HBO Go was that thing. And yeah, so what's his face was gonna do the movie. What's his name?
Idris?
No, the director.
Howard.
Apollo 11. Ron Howard was gonna do the movie, and then someone else was gonna do the series.
Yeah, I remember
But
that.
it was still gonna star Idris
That's
throughout
wild.
the whole thing. Yeah,
That's fucking wild.
that's going back years now.
Give it like 6-7 years, and we'll get the announcement that J.J. Abrams will now direct the Dark Tower series, and there's going to be lens flare fucking everywhere.
Oh God, I hope not. I want that. I want Mads from what's his face, who does all the really good King adaptations. What's his name?
Flanagan,
Flanagan.
the bad
that's,
cunt.
that's what I want. Like that's for me.
Fucking.
Like, that's the only
Yeah.
that can do it.
Fuck
I
yeah.
always watch that intro to Doctor Sleep, just that start bit, because I love the fucking scenery.
Jesus. That was violent.
All right. Yeah. When Rebecca Ferguson first takes that girl at the start, and you see everyone like fucking thingy appearing through the trees.
She should really just sign on to be bloody Poison Ivy now. Like, stop
Fuck
playing
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be great. What do you call it? So the Hi-Fi show that was originally going to be at Amazon, the Nicolas Cage one, has now been picked up by Paramount Plus. So with this, it's based in a world where dragons used to rule the fucking earth. And then Nick Cage, the Rage Cage himself, used to be the king of the fucking dragons, the baddest cunt in the universe. But unfortunately, something's gone down, and now he isn't exactly at that title anymore. And all he does is just hangs out in his shack in Honey Island Swamp in Louisiana. And he's changed his name. He goes by Vern now. Fucking doesn't go by Lord Highfire any longer. And all he does is just drink copious amounts of vodka, gets pissed by himself, and fucking watches the alligators and cable TV. But what happens is that this teenager who used to run booze for the local mob, he fucking runs into him, and then they make like this unlikely team up, and then shit starts to go down from there. I just want to see Cage go crazy. Honestly, I fucking love Cage. Because they're saying like he just like it's all violence when it comes to like protecting his ass in this movie. So I just want to see him go off.
Fuck, that's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a Paramount Plus show.
No, not
At
at
all.
all. But considering the standing that Paramount Plus has currently with its current fare, this sounds a million times better than Halo.
Is it anime? Real film.
I'm actually not too sure.
I'm pretty sure it's live action
Wow.
because they just wrapped like production on it.
Okay. It's gonna be hard to portray a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be like what's his face, Violent Dragonheart. Then, when you think about it,
It should be fucking mad.
yeah.
You know he's gonna like go to the place where they run in the moonshine or whatever and like just blow it up. That's a scene, motherfuckers. And that's
Involve me
it.
into the moonshine.
That's it for streaming news this week.
Yes, sir.
All right. So starting off with our film news. So Hilary Swank, Jack Rayner. Who is Jack Rayner?
Have you watched Midsummer?
Yeah.
He's the
Oh, in
boyfriend.
there?
Florence
Okay.
Pugh's boyfriend.
All right.
Yeah.
And Olivia Cook have just wrapped Mother's Milk. So it's this isn't a boys spin-off.
Damn it.
Yeah, which would have been cool. So this one follows a journalist who's following up on the murder of her estranged son, right? And then she forms this sort of alliance with his pregnant girlfriend, and that he's trying to track down the people that's responsible for the death of her son, which sounds pretty cool. So they they go into the world of drugs and corruption and all this sort of stuff in this small city in upstate New York, and then they uncover a deeper, darker secret.
Not the deep darker.
Oh man, you gotta have the deeper, darker. It can't just be like vanilla.
Yeah.
Like Mans was just like a big old user and just like he was just a fucking deadbeat.
That's what it
No,
fucking should
there
be.
has to be a deeper, darker.
Fuck yeah.
That's where they lose me sometimes with these movies. Like it was the government the whole time. Like I don't want to see that movie.
But it depends on the twist. Like
Yeah.
if it's like extremely surface, but then sometimes they make it like, oh, there was a big fucking conspiracy theory to take out this one fucking redneck in Alabama or something. It's like, mate, fucking hell.
That makes no
Really?
sense. You know what I want? I want it to be that she was feeding the son drugs just so that she could make out that there was like an opioid problem or something like that in that small state in upstate New York.
To get
That's
the
what I want it
insurance.
to be. Yeah, get insurance. Not so much get insurance, but to get her as a journalist to get her name out there. So she was like, this personally impacted me and all that bullshit that journalists like to say. Yeah, that's what I'd like it to be.
Watch them rewrite the script now.
Gold, Jerry. Gold.
All right. That's it for film news this week. Time to light the fire and fan the hammer. All right. So Taron Egerton has confirmed he's met with Marvel to potentially play Wolverine. Take that with a grain of salt. Dune Part 2 is kicking off shooting on the 21st July after 2 days of pre-shoots in Italy, which will happen this week. So Martin Kleber, who you might know from Pirates of the Caribbean, is going to play Grumpy in Disney's Snow White. He will be one of the 7 magical creatures. Stephen Lang's Quaritch, character in Avatar 2, has his consciousness transferred to an avatar body, and that's how he returns into this movie, into something called a combinant. More on that later. So James Cameron might not direct Avatar 4 and 5. In fact, Avatar 4 and 5 aren't even greenlit yet. They're waiting on the receipts from Avatar 2 and 3. But if 4 does go ahead, it will include a time jump that will explain why there's a 2-year gap in between. So for his 60th birthday, Tom Cruise decided he'd dangle from a plane mid-air as it rotated, which was fucking wild. I don't see too many 60-year-olds moving like that. Stranger Things 5 has been confirmed by the Duffers to be shorter than Stranger Things 4, clocking in around 10 hours. They said that this one is going to have like 10 endings, like Return of the King. And just on Stranger Things 4, season 4 has passed 1 billion hours watched on Netflix. And that's not even really taking into account the full spectrum of season 4, part 2, which has another 3 weeks to rack up them hours, as it comes after Squid Game at 1.75 billion hours watched. Star Wars Andor will span multiple years. So if the second season goes ahead, the showrunner said that every 3 episodes will be a year in Andor's journey, with a scope of 5 years eventually. Michael Mann, who's so keen on Heat 2 at the moment, says he wants to make this a large movie event. So he said it's too small for a series, but it's too big for a normal like small indie movie. So let's go big or go home. Chris Evans has joined that Pain Hustlers movie at Netflix, the one with Emily Blunt. Marissa Abella, no relation to Abella Danger, please, has joined the Barbie film. So Emma Mackey, who also stars in the film as a Barbie, said there was a Barbie camp, which included sleepovers, table tennis, and cosmopolitans. Amazon's The Night Sky has been cancelled, and Bryan Cranston's Your Honor will end with the currently wrapped season 2. Kevin Feige warned Sony about the Spider-Man universe of Marvel characters before Morbius dropped. So if you don't know, Feige stays on and give notes on everything, even the shit that's not like, even directly like produced by Marvel. Michael Winterbottom will not be reshooting scenes for This England, which is the story of Boris Johnson's early years as Prime Minister, even though Boris Johnson has just resigned from the chair. Zoe Kravitz's Pussy Island has upped its casting. So we got Christian Slater, Gina Davis, Alia Shawkat, Adria Arjona, Kyle MacLachlan. It's a damn fine cup of coffee. Haley Joel Osment, Liz Carabel, Sierra, Leavenhawk, True Mullen, and Saul Williams all on the island. Stephen Yen has joined Bong Joon-ho's next film, which hasn't been confirmed with a title, but it's the clone one. The guy that gets cloned every time he dies on mission. Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio confirmed to join the Echo series at Disney+. Alex Garland could be stepping away from directing, not forever, but just for a short time, just to focus on writing, because he was stressed as fuck after his film Civil War wraps production. And the big piece of news there is Julius Onah from the Cloverfield Paradox will direct Captain America 4 with Anthony Mackie. And that is fanning the hammer.
Very good, Big Toe. Very good.
You. Fuck. A lot of news there. A lot of news. All right. So, movie trailers this week. Sorry, they're better.
I wish Quattridge was our explanation was better. You just roll, because you know how he says in the first one, I could have got it rolled back, but I kind of like it. Like if they have that technology, they could just roll him back.
That's right. They could have literally just preserved the brain and cloned everything around him.
That's right.
Which would explain like the 11-year time jump.
Well, the 11-year time jump is explained because it takes that long to grow your avatar, right?
Yeah. And to actually get there.
And to get there, yeah.
All right, kicking it off with movie trailers. So we got a second trailer for Paper Girls, which is dropping July 29th. Really sort of expanding the story. We got our first look at The Woman King with Viola Davis, which was kind of campy, but all right, I'll let it live. That's dropping on September 16th. First look at Clerks 3, the absolutely meta take on, I think, what Kevin Smith is bringing from his personal life, but almost in reverse. The health scare and then making a movie, whereas he had making the movies and then the health scare. Dropping September 13th there. Apple's first big animated film which looks like a Pixar film. Luck there, coming August 5th. Sterling K. Brown and Regina Hall's Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul, dropping September 2nd, which actually looks alright. Executive produced by Jordan Peele. The Last Movie Stars, this looks fucking brilliant. I was nearly cried in this. Right in my wheelhouse again. Couples like doing it, big business. Pause. So this one's directed by Ethan Hawke, and sort of is a documentary, dropping July 21st on HBO. Bill Burr is dropping another special live at Red Rocks on July 12th. And my pick this week is fucking like legendary Reservation Dogs, which is coming back on August 3rd. Fuck, this looks good. It's picking up all the threads that were dropped in season 1. Did those chicks actually make it to California as they planned? What happened to the guys back home on reservation? And shit just looks funny. Wes Study's back. All the players is back. Zahn McClarnon, fucking legend. Loving it. Loving it. I'm fucking here for it. I'll be tuning in August 3rd, mate.
Is it dropping concurrently over here as well?
I'd
Hulu?
say... Oh, fuck.
Because you know how they've been fucking us over.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't even know where Reservation Dogs is here now, currently.
It should be Star.
Ah. It might be on SBS Go or Live or whatever the fuck it is.
Binge.
It's on Binge? If it's on Binge, then we're getting it.
Then we're getting it, yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right. I'm saved. Thank God. I wasn't going to wait. Don't make me do nefarious shit.
It's the villain arc coming.
Origin story.
That would
They
be
fucked him with the release dates.
It would be.
if it was the release dates, I would have been a villain from John Wick 2 already.
Mate, I came up. I had the actual official release in my hands. Pause.
Yeah.
By the time the Australia dropped John Wick 2.
I had watched it quite a few times.
I was reciting lines in the theater, mate.
I was just standing directly underneath the silver screen, reenacting everything.
I'm gonna have to haul you out the screen.
Like Demir Dokic.
Oh man, I could just hear them. Can you get this cut out of here?
Fucking trying to watch a movie, chef. What do you call it? I picked was Amsterdam. This one looks fucking cool though, man. Fucking not bad at all. So this is the one where Margot Robbie, Christian Bale, J.D. Washington are like friends from the army, and they witness that murder, and then they become suspects, and then they're on the lam with everything fucking going on. I was pissing myself in this fucking trailer though when they were like, said that no eyewitnesses. It was like, well, everyone does say that they saw a doctor trying to fish his eye out from the street, and then you just see him running away.
What I loved in this trailer was the what's his face. And this is this new experimental drug. Ah, yes. Does it take? Oh no, that's kicked in already.
Yeah.
That is fast.
nice hearing Bale, like with his original accent as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
just
happy.
Bale can do that comedy like really well as well.
Yeah. His hair kind of crazy in this movie as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really lean as well.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
probably around that time that he was shooting. I think this was before Thor.
Before, yeah. So
Yeah.
he said originally, like he saw pictures of Gore, and he was jacked, and he was like, "I've got 2 weeks. It's impossible. I can't get the pic." So that's why they changed Gore to look the way that he looks. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
He's still got a bit of size on him and
He's still
thingy, though.
still in shape.
Yeah. We'll get to it.
We'll get to that later.
But this one comes out November.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for this, man. This looks cool.
Fuck yeah. That's it for movie trailers this week.
So,
All right. So our entertainment news. Our entertainment news is all sad this week, man.
I
All
know.
sad.
Fuck.
So this week we lost James Caan, another legend,
Yeah.
absolute legend. He was for me, he's always Sonny.
Yeah.
James Caan is always Sonny, and for some reason, it's not the gambler or the thief. The second role for me is always what's his face. The man's from Eraser.
Yeah.
Like that's who I know him as.
Yeah.
This was hard, man. This was hard this week because, just coming off watching all those Godfathers on 4K, and then watching The Offer as well straight after that, and then,
Yeah.
I mean, seeing what how he sort of developed that character, him getting cast. I mean, like that was It's just hard to. He supposedly he tweeted about Ray Liotta or something, and supposedly it just makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Losing Liotta into Khan, like it's just legends. Losing legends.
Yeah.
It's gonna be what's his face now though, yeah. It's be quite a bit now.
Yeah. It's gonna be the case. Yeah. In our lifetime, we'll see our legends go.
Yeah.
Another legend is Gregory Itzen. He passed away at the age of 74. He starred in 24. He was the president for like I think 3 or 4 seasons. He was almost like a prominent villain, then became a hero. So he had an actual arc on that show, which was good to see. He was in Lincoln. He was in Law Abiding Citizen. He had countless TV and movie roles where he played. He was always like the supporting character, but he had a look and a way of delivering lines, and he's a legend as well.
Mrs. The original. That's what when I see him, that's what I think of. Is the principal from Scary Movie.
Is he
that's
that
what
guy?
he's that guy. That's who the principal is. Because that's who the sheriff is talking to. He is the principal for that school. That's why it's so hilarious. He sounds like Mr. Squiggle as well.
Fuck.
We also had Tony Sirico pass away as well, famously known as Paulie Walnuts from Sopranos. He was in Goodfellas, Copland as well. He was just everywhere, man. What do you call it? So no cause of death, but apparently he did have failing health for the past few years as well.
Yeah.
So sad, man. So many people passing right now. It's unreal.
If you needed a mafia guy to play someone that maybe had a line, was in the background, had a look, could deliver lines funny, this was the guy. The impact that he had just from Sopranos. Like, straight away. Because I think that was the first time that I really recognized, hey, like, this is Tony Sirico, Paulie Walnut. So then when I watched Godfather, and he was like, it was you. Like then I have the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, point at the camera, point at the TV, like, hey, fucking Paulie.
Yeah, like that's like when I rewatched Goodfellas again, like that's what I see now is Paulie, when he's like Tuddy, and then he's making like he's fighting with him, and then what's his face, Paulie comes out and just stares at him. It's your fault. It's your fault. You did that. It's your fault. There was never ever his character in Sopranos. There was never ever any accountability. Not one little bit from Paulie. It was the best. He was always right.
Yeah.
But he what's his face is he ends up trying to kill that Russian guy in Sopranos, and then tries to blame it on Christopher, and then like he didn't even say sorry or anything. It was just water under the bridge.
Fucking hell.
Beautiful. And I think all those like sort of like his like the shit that he goes through in the show was all like him.
Yeah. He was really a Marine.
Yeah,
He was really served in the army
yeah.
or the
Like
navy.
there's a picture of him. They show a picture of him back in the 70s, and it's just like what's his face? You see him like posing, and he's got like the he's got a cut on and everything, and he's flexing and whatnot, and
Yeah.
like you could just see like that really was him. That he was that man. He
Yeah.
was Paulie.
Yeah. And we also lost Lenny Von Dollen, who passed away at 63. So he was a classic character that really came in season 2 of Twin Peaks. He was also in the prequel Fire Walk With Me, who played like this agoraphobic orchid grower. So
How the
he was
hell are you an agoraphobic orchid grower?
because his greenhouse is attached to his house.
Right, that makes sense.
But he like his character always popped up in the show. Someone that Carl McLaughlin's character sort of went to visit along the way, and he was also the villain in Home Alone 3, which was actually quite serviceable as a like out of like canon. Well, not out of canon, but like it wasn't Kevin McAllister anymore. It was a new kid. The new kid Home Alone's.
Yeah.
He was good
Yeah.
as the villain.
Definitely. We also Larry Storch passed away as well.
Scott Storch's brother.
So he passed away at 99, and he was famous for like Get Smart, I Dream of Jeannie, things like that. He actually went to high school with Don Adams, the dude from Get Smart as well.
Jesus.
And then he served in the Navy with Tony Curtis too.
Fuck.
So yeah, so he passed away in his sleep at 99. But yeah, so like he was Al Bundy's childhood hero in Married with Children. He was in Car 54, Where Are You? He was on The Love Boat. He was in the original 70s children's show for the Ghostbusters. What do you call it? He was everywhere, this guy. He was like just TV show crazy when it came to this stuff.
Damn.
But yeah, so shortly after like Gregory Itzen passed away, he passed away as well.
Shit. Rest in peace to all those legends, man. Oh man. All right. Let's hear it. The thoughts. The boys finale. Yeah, the boys.
Why is he fucking
boys.
Fuck. I can't believe it's finished, actually. I
thought
felt
I
like
had,
it went too quick.
I thought I had 3 more episodes or something, man. I was like, what's going on? You can't
was
just
just
wrap this
heating
up
up.
like this. Why is it heating up? But when I think about it, this season was all just like they was on chase all the time.
Yeah. It's no filler.
Yeah, there
All
was
killer.
Yeah, literally.
So we got like the big confrontation with fucking Soldier Boy, Homelander, who then like teamed up. So it was almost like it was Maeve versus Homelander. Who was that? Like I thought it was just gonna get fucking washed,
Yeah,
but she actually fucking went in there, fucking threw hands, put a stake through his ear.
made him bleed.
Yeah. And then, what's his face?
And it
Butcher.
was Butcher versus Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Well, Butcher and the boys versus Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Black
is-
Noir.
Oh man, poor Noir came back. He wanted to be part of the team again to take down what's his face, Soldier Boy.
Homelander
Man,
just
just ripped his
duffed him.
guts out. Duffed him. It was bad, but he had to.
Yeah.
Noir knew he was coming back to die anyway. Yeah,
For reprisal.
yeah.
There's no Edgar thread, like getting pulled to kind of come in at the last minute.
Not yet. I see this being like as soon as if she gets into the White House, that chick, what's her name?
Newman.
Yeah,
Newman. Yeah.
yeah. If Newman does get into the White House, that's when that Edgar thread gets pulled. Pause.
Yeah. Yeah, because then Vought, all their contracts just go in
That's right.
straight into the military and the Navy and every application they could sort of get their hands on.
Yeah, they get grandfathered in straight away then, right?
Yeah.
What's his face? That means they're gonna need to sort of figure out how to sort out the issues with temp V and all
Yep.
that sort of stuff as well. Which in turn means that that butcher who you see at the end there has about 18 months left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which means that he might get sorted out then as well.
Yeah. Which is, I think, is on that timeline that's been set. So I think Kripke said that there's about 2 more seasons left.
Yeah.
He's only got a plan up until season 5.
Okay.
And then he said, I don't know if they're going to go on with it. So obviously Butcher dies at the end.
I see. I don't see Butcher dying, man. I think Butcher is going to become a soup. I think the only way to save him, just like what's her face, Moncur, is inject him with proper V, with compound V, and then he'll be a soup for the rest of his life.
Fuck. That'd be a different ending,
Yeah,
especially if he becomes a villain.
yeah,
Fuck. So by the end of it, it's Maeve who basically shut Soldier Boy down
yeah,
and body slammed him through the fucking window and into the ground as Soldier Boy basically took away her powers with that chest blast thing,
yep,
which was fucking mad because it was like that explosion mid-air. So Maeve is just a normal civilian now. She gets her out, which is cool. Like
Yeah.
I like that sort of arc for Maeve. I wonder if she's gonna tell her partner that she got it on with Butcher. We'll see.
I reckon she's preggers.
That would be different.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Butcher was coming off the temp fee as well.
Well, can you imagine Butcher's son versus Homelander's son then, right?
I don't think Butcher has that long.
We'll see.
Spit off.
Yeah.
And the rest of the crew is basically like they're back together. Annie has joined like
Yep.
the boys' crew
Mm-hmm.
as a permanent fixture now. You've seen her kind of go like full god mode.
Yeah. No longer Starlight. She's just Annie now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which was cool.
Yeah.
Like, I like that trajectory for her, for her character, because now she's not playing in both worlds. She's accepted that. Hey, I'm not gonna deal with the fuckery anymore.
Yeah.
I'm in,
Mm-hmm.
like to stop Soups, which is wild. Like they align with Soups to stop Soups. That eventually, like they might kill them all.
Maybe. But then the very end of this was like, really eye-opening. The fact that they Homelander comes down and calls Connor down. It's like introduces him as his son, and then they throw something and it hits Connor. Homelander bloody Superman eyes that guy's head straight off. And then you just see Connor start smiling. So that is there.
Yeah, the indoctrination of evil.
Yeah, it's there already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the scarier thing for me is that the public fucking loved it.
Yeah. They didn't blink an eye.
Yeah.
They started cheering. That one guy was like, yeah, yeah.
And that is Mother's Milk's daughter's stepfather.
Yeah.
It's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
Man's got to like just deal with that guy.
Yeah, he needs to put him away. Yeah, man.
Overall,
Yeah,
very good fucking season.
It was good this season. Like I loved what's his face. I love Soldier Boy. He's just a dick.
Yeah.
He's just like he's just a dick, man.
I love how he was talking about that movie. He was like, that was all bullshit. Poor kid gets his powers, like rises to fame. That was all bullshit. Like I came from a rich fucking industrialist family.
Yeah.
And my father just didn't love me. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm going to do something different with the Homelander. He's like, the was fire. Overall, mad season. Mad season.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we got our second episode of Westworld there.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
I was wondering what the Man in Black was gonna do. What's he got up his sleeve? Like, what does what's his face's character, fucking Tessa Thompson's character, have up her sleeve?
What was the main plan there?
Yeah, buying up the land, getting the infrastructure,
That's right.
fucking around, getting like senators like replaced and shit.
Yep.
Now I
Mate.
know.
We know that they set up a Westworld Chicago.
Chicago, Prohibition Chicago.
That's right.
Which is
People
wild.
is gonna die, son. Oh man. Like it was weird because I was like, why those hats like that? You know, when she's like, you know, what do you want to wear it? The last piece of the puzzle is the hat.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I don't really like hats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the hats didn't look like, you know, cowboy hats and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, what is going on here? Why does she look like that as well? And then bang, it's like 1930s bloody Chicago. Beautiful.
It's mad because you hear the period piece Westworld theme as well for 19, like, I don't know when it was.
Yeah.
The Rum Runners.
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy.
But it's beautiful because it's the whole city. It's almost like they built that whole city, man.
Yeah. Which
Like,
is
it's
that's
amazing.
gonna be different because you're gonna have the gangsters in there. The normal sort of like run of the mill people like on the streets and all those threads that kind of interconnect through the city. Actual high rise buildings.
Yep.
I can't imagine what a maze is gonna look like through that city. It almost felt like BioShock to me.
Yeah. They had that feel.
When they kind of unveiled like that's what was going to happen. So that's where Maeve and Aaron Paul's character is at the end of this episode. And along the way, like we had Saffron Burrows and the guy from Heroes. Remember the guy that was always hunting them? Hayden Panettiere's dad.
Ah,
in
yeah,
Heroes.
Yeah.
So he plays a senator, and they go to him to overturn this bill. He won't do it. So the invasion of the body snatchers fucking replace them with fucking with androids.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
The Man in Black was just not playing.
yeah,
He just came through and just X'd him out.
fuck. And the wife,
Yeah, but then they just kept the wife there to go crazy.
but that was the whole like the bugs in her head.
Yeah.
That's
They
nuts.
need to figure out I need to figure out what those bloody bugs are, right? Because Tessa Thompson like locks that guy up in the car and then like sets the bugs on him and it's like it goes inside of his eyes and everything. So like
Yeah,
what are they doing? What are they doing?
that's like the control.
But are they turning those humans into androids then?
I don't know. I don't know if they're turning them into androids, but like they were able to kill Saffron Burrows' character. like normally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she wasn't an android.
Hmm.
But I think maybe it just like burrows into their brain, controls them, and just like gives them their orders and stuff without actually them being robots. 'Cause she does say we can't turn all of you into like replace all of you
Yeah.
because we need you, and that's
Yeah.
probably like that slave workforce or whatnot.
It's interesting. This is like more questions then.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
almost see at the end of this episode, there's going to be a bit, at the end of the season, there's going to be a big reveal that someone was an android the whole time. And maybe someone was also real the whole time.
Bernard. Where is Bernard?
Still in that world, remember? He's still in that VR thing.
He is too.
But I'm waiting for him to come back. I need Bernard's return.
Yeah.
And then the big one for the week, Thor, Love and Thunder. Overall, I just didn't gel with me. Wasn't for me. Didn't have the weight that I needed it to as a Thor movie. I thought it was indulgent, more into Taker's sense of humor, style, and whatnot. Whereas they pushed it too far in this one. I don't think there was a strong enough reason to do a Thor sequel. I don't think there was like the whole character motivations and character actions just didn't marry up for me. And it was a bit of a waste, really. Like this one was legit just filler.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1000%.
Like we were talking about it after the movies, and just the just story wise, there was no story here. Like they had to manufacture story for themselves to put something in here. Like it was just wild.
Yeah.
And just some of the character beats and the way that gore is, and like it didn't make any sense.
Yeah. And like I get what they were kind of going for, but I don't think the execution of the idea was strong enough.
Yeah.
Like for instance, right? Like they were talking it was about kids. And when you're at that stage in your life, and this doesn't apply to everyone, but some people find themselves in a stage of their lives where they're like, maybe I should have kids. And it's like, and settle down and do all that. And it's like, let's explore that in the MCU with a character that is mostly, like, has been a loner.
Yeah.
But the movie that we got was Thor being the dumbest guy in the room constantly, the butt of the joke. And yeah, he can fight, but like he had no heart.
Yeah. They kind of brushed over a lot of his character development with like losing his confidence and then getting it back at the end of the movie, which
Yep.
was kind of shit. They had a lot of motivations in this movie that could have been executed a lot better, like, you know, Jane being, you know, having cancer, him losing his confidence and trying to get that back. Because you can tell the difference between him speaking to the children first and then speaking to the children at the end. Like how different his fucking speech is. And it's just, they had all this like good material, but then they kind of just laid it on the side and they were just like, let's just comedy the fuck out of this movie and leave spectacle to try and speak everything for us, which was, it's kind of mid.
Yeah. I think when it really kind of turned for me was when Gore took the kids.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right. It wasn't done maliciously or anything, but it felt like it was a kids movie after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy, right? Because it turned into Batman Returns so quick. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I mean, Oswald actually had motivation to take those kids. Gore had no motivation to take those kids.
That's right.
What was he doing?
Yeah.
He could have gotten Stormbreaker. He seemed to be as strong, if not stronger, than Thor.
That's right.
He could have gotten Stormbreaker if he wanted to. He didn't need to at the end of that fight, he did not need Stormbreaker. He did not need the kids.
Spoilers.
Fuck it. Yeah. He didn't need the kids at all. Like, he literally just ripped it away from him after he called a portal out.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't need that. Just wait for Thor to do that, B. Like, what's going on here?
Slip in with the tentacles. Boom.
Bad.
Like a hentai.
Yeah.
Like Black Bible.
What do you call it? That was another thing that pissed me off, was that Thor knew that he was looking for Stormbreaker. Why the fuck would he call the Bifrost like that?
Yeah.
Just dumb maneuvers, man.
What I thought would have been a stronger story, right? And more personal for Thor and kind of everyone in there is if he just took Axel. If Gore just took Axel because he was Heimdall's son and could wield the Bifrost.
Mm-hmm.
That then, like, negates Stormbreaker. Like, we don't get that bullshit sort of, like, cheating on your weapon subplot.
Why, like, why wouldn't he? It makes sense to take Axel because Axel has the power of sight.
Yeah.
So he would be able to tell Gore where that door is, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But there's also the parallels that they could have drawn with Gore and his own child.
Yeah.
And then if they had actually added in the character, sort of the conflict of, I'm actually going to kill this kid after losing a kid, and Gore sort of having to deal with that, as opposed to, here's a monster, I'm ripping its head off, you know what I mean? And terrorizing children. And you're like, didn't need that.
No.
For his character to be a worthwhile villain, I didn't need that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
He
We
needed to become what he hated, right? So he needed to be looked at as a god and to kill kids, because that's essentially what happened. The gods killed his kid.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. We could have gotten more time with Gore as well. Like, Christian Bale was like a great pick for the villain, but we just didn't get enough screen time with him to sort of flesh out his motivations as well as a villain. Because they're doing the whole two-sided villain thing where you actually agree with like some of the points that they're making. But then it just didn't make any fucking sense. Like, that would have been perfect, like you guys are saying. Like, take Axel, and then he has to deal with the thought of having to kill another child after he loses his one. That's perfect. Do that. Don't give me this bullshit about, like, having to have the scene where he gives all the kids the power of fucking Thor and all that shit. That was just dumb.
Yeah.
It should have been a personal fight, because even, like, when they're talking about Thor and Jane together before they break up, he's thinking about having kids as well. So it would have been the perfect, like, conversation at the end when they're there in eternity for, like, him to speak to Gore about wanting a child and losing a child and possibly losing, like, another one and things like that. Damn it, man. Let us write this fucking movie.
I think they led with quirkiness, and for me, there was too much of that didn't equal a film that actually meant something.
Yeah.
The whole plot line of her trying to find a tagline and all that sort of stuff, and I was just over it by the time I watched it.
Same, and it's the shortest, like one of the shortest MCU movies.
It didn't feel like it.
No, it dragged.
Yeah.
There was major pacing issues, which, like, it just felt indulgent, which to me sounds like they didn't have enough to actually make a full movie.
Yeah.
This
though
could have
they
been
were-
90 minutes, done.
Yeah, even though they were here for years, it feels like.
Yeah.
God.
I don't know. Like, when I went on the Friday, I came out of there and I was like, yeah, it was okay. And then I started thinking about it more. When, like, you're like, this doesn't make me angry. And then you start doing the heavy breathing after. That was me.
That was Terry Crews and Gamer.
That's what it felt like. But, like, B was like, I love this movie. It was good. It was nice to just watch it.
I don't just watch.
Nah. I think like having her there helped me enjoy it though, because she was like, "Oh, but what about this?" And I was like, "Yeah, that was pretty cool, actually."
what I like really wanted from this movie, I wanted Thor to die. I didn't want his character to keep on going. I wanted a dead Thor. He should have still had the eye patch, and he should have dissipated into that gold dust like Odin did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when he died, Mjolnir should have like, with like that promise of keep Jane safe, should have used the lightning to fucking like just electrocute the cancer out of Jane's body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then she
That would have
comes
been
back,
perfect.
has a child. Like basically, this is like, you know, like Thor is bringing this child. Like Heimdall's son should have bifrosted the child and him back to Asgard. Like here's a child, Thor from Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even yeah, I don't know, the whole cancer thing should have been more prominent, and yeah. There was a lot more adult fucking material here that just didn't get used.
Yeah.
And there wasn't enough emotional weight for me to like, you know, say, hey, this was a great fucking movie. Plus you're coming off the heels of Ragnarok as well. Ragnarok was fucking on point.
Yeah. That's the movie that actually got the balance right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
We'll see. But they did kill off Thor. They found their fucking loophole. Because Jane is Thor. And she dies. Yeah.
I never want
That's
to
how they
see
got through
another Taker Thor movie again. Actually, after this, this is it.
He'll probably do some more.
Like I don't think he's got the right temperament. Like I enjoyed Dark World more than this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. What do you call it? Maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe we'll see like articles come out later. Because Taker has his hand in like a lot of fucking like films as well. Maybe he just wasn't fucking feeling this one. Maybe this was his Iron Man 2.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe Marvel was like, "Hey, here's $50 million," and he was like, "But I don't have a story.
Make
But
it.
I have
Making
money."
enough.
And then he was like, "All right, I can make a story."
Because I'm
Overall
pretty sure the
disappointing.
whole Jane having cancer thing in the comics is a lot stronger than what we saw here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well. We'll have to wait and see.
Next time.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a wrap. Overall, disappointed in Thor.
I'll watch it again at home and see if I enjoy it.
That's what I'm waiting for. And the other thing I was thinking was, if not for me, because I don't think that movie was for me, then for who? And I think it's more the kids. The parents that are taking the kids to go see this movie. And young kids too. And that is a wrap.
Taker just came through and said that director's cuts suck. Fucking wanker. Anyway.
I didn't hate the man.
No,
I
but
just think-
that take is dumb. Did you not watch Aliens? Did you not watch Alien? Did you not watch bloody Justice League? It sounds like he's going at what's his face in this statement anyway.
Schneider.
Yeah. You want to watch my director's cut? It's 4.5 hours long. It's not good at 4.5 hours. I'd like to see I'd like to see Snyder actually direct a Marvel property, to be honest,
Yeah.
and see
Yeah.
what he does with it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Conversation for another day. I'm sure there'll be more taker takes.
Yeah.
that'll drop in the wake of Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder, and the response to it. Because it's not faring too well critically.
Critically, no. Box
It's like
office,
just above the Dark World, which I don't think deserves the hate that it gets, but that's just me.
yeah. So I think they're sitting at, they took in 29 million on Thursday and then 69 million on Friday. So
Yeah, it's making money.
it's doing numbers.
But like we seen with Doctor Strange, no repeat business.
No, it's not
We're-
Top Gun.
No. Whereas Top Gun Maverick hit, I think, the same amount that Doctor Strange did in half the time.
Yeah, but Top Gun Maverick only had a drop off of like, what,
19%?
19%?
If that.
Mate.
It's just the movie that just keeps giving and giving.
I told you yesterday what's going to happen with Top Gun. It's going to be out for a whole year. They're going to release it on home video. It's going to be out. They're going to push it out for a whole year. It's going to become the biggest film on the planet. It's going to beat Endgame or what's his face. And that's how it's going to be.
How about you just say fuck it and do that, eh? Like, we'll leave it out there for the whole year. At
Yeah.
Christmas, I bet you people is turning up.
Right. If they opened up the IMAX here in Sydney, I would go and watch Top Gun again. I still, every week I feel like watching Top Gun.
Yeah. I need to watch
Since
it again.
release. Since release, I've been feeling like watching it every single week.
If IMAX was like, hey, look, we doing the Tom Cruise fest, fucking 3 days, like from like Mission Impossible, let's say 3, all the way to fucking Fallout, plus the Top Gun. I'll watch that shit. Just
Yeah.
for Rogue Nation with the hanging off the fucking plane. Look fucking excellent in IMAX.
I would just want them to go from Ghost Protocol to Top Gun. But yeah, that'd be fucking fire. Because those
imagine?
movies all had legit IMAX scenes in there. The Burj Khalifa and
Yeah.
Ghost Protocol.
Yep.
Honestly, if like they need to do the IMAX fest, like it just needs to happen. Like they just every movie that has IMAX shots in it, we're coming back fucking big and strong, and we're fucking giving you everything.
Pause. But yeah, that'd be fucking fire. Give me everything to
I'll give you my everything.
I go 24/7 with the shit.
All right, that is a wrap on everything this week. Catch us on all social media. I forgot all the social medias. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Good pods. YouTube, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Get that channel growing. Make my monster grow. Pause.
Balls.
But yeah, join us next week for more movie news and our thoughts on the Black Phone. Love yourself and love movies.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.
Yeah.